and they needed 6,000 tractors in a hurry, because obviously there wouldn't be much tractor manufacturer over here in wartime. And Ford said, yes, I can do that. And so they got the tractor plant going. The tractor plant was actually owned by the Ford family, because of course the car plant was owned by shareholders, and it was going to be called the Ford Tractor Company, but somebody else put the name of Ford, saw this happening over in the States, and thought, well, I'll call it that, I think that's the name Ford. So that's why the Ford tractors are called Fordson. So he changed the name very slightly. But they did the 6,000 tractors in 6 months as required, which is not bad for a start-up factory. Actually managed to get that going. It was a Czechoslovakian emigre who was working for Ford at the time who came up with the idea of the 3 castings that you see most tractors in this tractor on nowadays. We've got one which is the sump of the engine, and then there's another casting going on that the gearbox on the back, which arises with the boilerplate. It works very well, but it costs an awful lot of money. It would be far better if you just the local council get quite upset if you did that. And so there was a little band arrangement you were supposed to put a metal band on it to get a bit slick. Here on board. This is the Bedfordshire Steam Innovation Society. Bets, I have to say, they're doing great guns here this evening. Really nice being back to all board. It's the home of the Bedfordshire Steam Innovation. Very, very nice and turvy the last couple of years, but yeah, very nice being here. And they unload while they're going along, and they're doing hundreds of acres going on the eccentric jet. But Massy Harris did the first 2 combine harvests in this country, and then eventually, of course, they bought the British company, the Massy Ferguson, so you end up with the something away there for you this weekend. Well, we've got a tremendous tractor display here. We've got a little Ransomson's Jeffries mower going along there. Ransomson's and Jeffries, they used to make traction engines, they made threshing machines and all sorts of, but they make these amazing lawn mowers. Let's go right the way back, shall we? It's one step away from a steam engine, probably. You see, some of them, they've got exposed big ends, they've still got the steam engine type oils on them. This is beautifully installed. We did have one show where they had a tractor the David Fully show. It had been in there for 40 years. A tree had grown through it. They'd had the tree down so they could get the tractor out. It came round the arena the next day. They put it back around somewhere. Others looked as though it just Case, of course, started building down. Let's paint them brighter colours. Well, what colours should we paint them? Essex farm cars can be painted orange and blue. Every county has a different design of farm hay wagon and colouring. Now, after the Second World War, when things got going again, they decided coming around now, because you don't use tractors on farms, because it's all sorts of things. You use for mowing sports grounds, moving aircraft about, and all sorts of things. People doing up all of the Royal Navy used to have them as well, moving stuff around on dockyards. We're back. They've always had the wings, as you can see in the following tractor there, the Fordson. And strangely enough, the full-width motors makes it look rather old-fashioned these days, doesn't it? Here's one in working condition. It was found that 700 tractors parked out the back of Dagenham tractor roads was a really tempting target for the Luftwaffe, so they very quickly changed that to the olive drab, which we tend to see nowadays, but before that there was a long time as well. And of course, tractors lost their full mudguards in World War II to save money. The Fordson, which is painted yellow, that's the colour they were painted before the engine. Get Harrow and Fordson. Early Massy Harris going past me here, again it's got wheels, it's got the back Massy Harris, of course, eventually became Massy Ferguson. Massy Harris were building combine harvesters in this country, and the first one I saw actually had somebody on the back with putting sacks under the chutes to fill those up, and he was leaning those beside the rail before the tractor came on with the trailer that had to stop and unload the sacks, because that did load smaller as and people are getting a little bit fed up with that. It's got to be they had this sort of, they took it back, ground the teeth of it and made it into a moulding board, because the ground polished it up so that the ground didn't stick to it, and it worked really, really well. Of course his neighbours saw it. Oh, can I have one of those? I worked for Fordson on the front. He had to go down to the sawmill one day, and there was a broken sawmill, you know, the long blades and all that, laying on the floor. And he said, oh, can I have the tractor just gone in there with, what is it, 4 plough on the back. John Deere started his career, as it were, as a farmer in a rather sticky part of the state, and it was one of those places where the seat-wearing people behind desks in Whitehall, whether it was a tractor or whether it was a lorry, there was all sorts of arguments. Actually, common sense won out, strangely enough. You decided to look at tractor. Because if it's a lorry, then you have to have all the wheels and brakes and mudguards and all the rest of the stuff. Going past me now is Alice Chalmers' tractor with a little finger mower on the back, which obviously at some point in its history was horse-drawn, because it's still got the seat on the back for the driver. The finger mower itself is driven by the wheels of the mower itself going along, driving the finger mower. And Alice Chalmers, American company of course, that the company that is part of the Lend-Lease arrangement. Alice Chalmers actually made steam turbines, believe it or not, for the American casting. Good idea, said Ford, do that. And that is why tractors have this sort of skeletal look to them nowadays. There's also the argument about rubber tyres. Now farmers, of course, were used very much to the fact that you had metal wheels on there with bits and pieces running along the bottom of the furrow. And the idea of rubber tyres, oh, it'll compact the ground, we can't have that, and there was all sorts of arguments about it. Of course, the rubber tyres don't compact the ground, but bigger farmers, they tend to go with what they're used to. A carry truck on the back of the tractors, as you see here, they're used for taking the milk turns down to the farmyard gate in the mornings, but of course sometimes you might want to carry stuff along the road. Oh, you can't do that. If you do that, it's a And there's one of those strange things, a roll cage on the thing, because it's quite easy for a tractor to fly the gears as it were and turn over on its back. Of course, the softer the ground, or the harder the ground, whatever happens, you need a bit more drive, and the wheels are pulled harder down the ground, you get that drive, but it all slip around particularly well. Well, we have got gold engine one in the reading now, so we have. There we are. That was the means of the paint over that pays mortgage that week, and Harry bought 100 gallons of gold paint. So there we go. Tractor coming in, and I've got the roll bar on the back that I was talking about a while ago. This tractor business started way back when the Cater engine company over in the United States decided to put one of their little engines onto a A-frame and send it off to a farm and see if he could do some work. But it actually managed to handle 50,000 bushels of wheat before it came back. And they always said, this is a good idea, perhaps we should carry on with this. Then there's a chap called Eason who started making tractors by getting a bit of boilerplate, half-inch thick boilerplate, forming into a U shape, riveting some bulkheads in there so we know the place for the engine big ends going round, and there's a bit at the back of that for the gearbox, and a couple of holes in the side for the rear diff and the rear axle and that sort of thing. It was very successful, but in 1918, Harry started with a Coleman starter. That's where you have a 12-bore cartridge, you put it into a little holder at the front of the cylinder, put the piston in the right position, hit the thing with a hammer, it fires and starts the engine, or you can put a piece of litmus paper in there and do a similar thing. It acts as a glow plug. Or you can literally put the drive in the right place and get